Don't forget to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel at www.youtube.com/49 County News TV.
Most gracious Heavenly Father, we thank you for this day you've given to us, Lord. Thank you for all the many blessings that you've given us, Lord. Lord, we pray that you just be with us, Lord, as with decisions that we make them to the best of our ability, Lord. Bless all these things in your dear and precious name. Amen.
Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All things in order. We're going to salt and water. Just Ray or Trill, whichever has.
Okay. Well, I'll introduce myself since we have, I'm Brenda Real. I'm the Marion County Soil and Water Conservation District. I'm the District Administrative Coordinator. And this is Wade Hill. He's the USDA Natural Resource Conservation Service District Conservationist. It's a mouthful to say. Did I get it all out right?
Sounds good.
Anyway, so Brooke and Colin, y'all have received a bill from Coosa Valley, but I thought this would be a good time, since we are a line item on the budget, to introduce ourselves to the new commissioners and tell you a little bit about us. The Soil and Conservation Districts were originally established back in the 1930s by President Roosevelt because he wanted to preserve the natural resources of our land, and it was caused all the erosion and the dust bowl that was taking place and the flooding. And so we were started back then, and actually Marion County started out as the Tom Bigby Warrior District in 1939. So we've been around a long time, and we are made up of, we have 5 district board members, and you can see at the bottom there's pictures there. Some of you probably know them. Linwood Hamilton is the chairman. Jerry Self is the vice chairman. Or the secretary treasurer. Greg Ewan is the vice chairman. George Chipinlow is one of our supervisors, and Warren Wooliford. And we meet monthly. Anytime you want to come meet with us, we'd be glad to have you meet with us. But we are do receive funding from the state and also from the county commission, and we are involved in preserving the natural resources of our county, and we do that through working with the NRCS agency. We have memorandum of agreements, and so we help the farmers and forestry landowners preserve those practices through, we have contracts for cross fencing, for replanting forest land, for poultry operations. We are instrumental, and we work closely with our poultry operations. We have over 100 in Marion County, and we are responsible for the liaison with the Alabama Department of Environmental Management. I'm sure y'all know ADM pretty well. And we do their registrations, and anytime anybody's going to build a new poultry operation, we work with them on their construction permits and get those work sent to ADM. We also do some education classes. We work with the FFA and we do Forestry Awareness Week now, the fall program that's real strong, so we do a lot of education programs also. And right now we also are working with ADM on a 319 grant through EPA that will help the Luxapalila over in the Winfield area. And that's the representative of ADM is meeting with Winfield, and that'll be a joint effort. And that's to reduce pathogens that are going into the Luxapalila. So that's probably, it's a slow process, but it looks like it'll probably be 2020 if the funding gets approved. So you'll probably be hearing something about that.
Well, repeat that. What's the study? What are they going to try to do to Luxapalila?
Well, the way I understand it is there's so many pathogens that are into the Luxapalila, and they're looking at right, and so they will try to work with it'll be a joint effort with the city of Winfield and maybe some kind of waste treatment, and then we'll try to implement some practices like, you know, that'll keep the cattle out of the away from the pasture, and they'll do some field, you know, things like that that'll reduce the pathogens going into the blood supply.
The test, they run tests on pretty regular.
Yeah, well, I knew Fed was having a situation, I didn't know, wasn't aware of
The
that.
pathogens is from manure or
Yeah.
human feces, something like
Yeah,
that. It's been very high in it, so
Yes.
we're gonna address them concerns and try to reduce them.
Okay.
And over the past several years, we have, the money that we have put into the county, of course, it improves the property values, and then of course with the poultry, you know, there's all operations, improves the tax structures and things like that. But probably, if you look at the factored out, probably over the last 10 years, through our agency, we have helped put over maybe over $10 million into the county. So that's something we'd like you to remember. Also, I'm going to give each of you, we're also saying we have this is the field guide for the erosion and sediment control, and it's by the State Alabama Soil and Water Conservation Committee, and that has to do with, it talks about road construction in there and how to do sediment control, so that might be something that if you haven't seen one of those. They also usually have a class, a 2-day class in September or October, and I will let Brooke know in case y'all want to go to that this fall. And this right here is another thing we're offering. Cogan grass is a more invasive species than we ever thought privet or kudzu would be, and we're doing our best to try to keep it out of Marion County. And so that's a little, if you see that growing anywhere, or if you have, I know you come in contact with a lot of landowners, if they have some kind of strange grass growing, you'll see it on the interstate where the state of Alabama has, they'll flag it off and then they'll spray it to try to get rid of that grass. And it's very, very invasive. And so if you have anybody that contacts you with something that looks like that, give us a call, because if it's less than half an acre, we can go ahead and help them spray it and control that. And we want to keep it out of Alabama. Out of Marion County. It's probably already up to the Tuscaloosa County, that area. And so we have found a few spots in Marion County, so it is making it this way. It comes up here by people who go hunting in South Alabama, come back, bring it up here on their vehicles, and then it can be on the front of the grids of trucks that are coming through. So that's another area that we want to tackle to try to keep it out of Marion County. Also, the Farm Service Agency, we have the, if you don't know where our office is, it's over there across from Woodward Plywood. And there's 3 agencies in that office. There's the Farm Service Agency, the Natural Resource Conservation Service, and then the Marion County Soil and Water. So we're all kind of sister agencies. We work together. With the Farm Service Agency, wanted me to mention that they have a livestock indemnity program. And when somebody has a animal, a cow to die, I know y'all get a lot of calls a lot of times to bury the cows. Just be sure that you tell the landowner they need to take a picture. A lot of times they get all excited and they forget to do that. And that is one thing, if they meet certain qualifications, there may be something that they can get funding back through with the Farm Service Agency, but they definitely need a picture. So I know that y'all provide that service to the cattle owners and other people who have animals that die. So, and then I think Wade's going to talk to you about the watershed over around the breeding area.
I think y'all may have got something from Coosa Valley about, I think they've been doing the bush hogging on it on a yearly basis. You know, that's something you can use them or you don't have to. You can do it yourself. Mr. Ball, I know what you're thinking. I wouldn't. There's some of that ain't no way I would.
They tried it this year and it was so wet they couldn't get part of it done.
Well, I don't have that.
I don't have a tractor or nobody to put on it.
And as cheap as they do it, I don't see.
Well, I think that for what they charge, it'd be hard for me to say
I
I'll do it.
wouldn't ask one of my men to get on a tractor on that bike.
But that's something, you know, and we do annual inspections and a 5-year inspection on them dams. I mean, according to the way that it's wrote up, I reckon it was y'all's responsibility to upkeep them, but we'll help y'all and assist all we can. And Mr. Bob will tell you about that. We've put a lot of time in on that with Mr. Bob.
Yeah.
But that is I think, a pretty good service because the valley's offering for what they charge.
Yeah. We usually, provide diesel fuel for them.
I think that's about.
Yeah, actually, what we do, we provide a person to go along with them for safety.
Right.
And we fill them back up. It's been a really good program for the county. Like I said, y'all don't have time to do it, don't have the expertise. It's something that it's worked real well in the past, and it's something that really needs to be done because those watershed dams, you know, they need to be inspected and maintained because, you know, you could have a failure or something if it was let go.
Yeah, we done flirted with that one time.
Yeah, we spent, you know, we had to pump that one out, but I would certainly recommend that y'all.
What's the status on that now? Is it operating correctly now?
I reckon it's doing.
Yeah, last time we looked at it, it looked.
Every time I've been out there, it's been about the level that it's supposed to be. So.
Yeah, that's quite an undertaking.
It's really worked well for y'all, and if y'all got things to do, and it allows them to do it, and you pay them. It usually takes about 2 days, I think, to do the work, and it's something that I would certainly recommend that y'all continue to do.
Well, do we need to, does this require a motion to get them to continue doing it, which we'll consider that Monday?
The only other thing, like I said, anytime y'all want to come to any of our meetings or any questions you have, sure, feel free to holler, come by. We do everything we can to work with y'all on a lot of stuff that is allowed.
Yes.
Anytime we have a big storm, especially a rainstorm event and something is washed out, you know, we have the possibility of getting some of what we call EWP, Emergency Watershed Protection money. Can't hardly replace the road, but once you fix it, we can help protect it where it don't happen again. Now that's getting harder and harder to get a hold of. That is something that's out there, and as long as it's not taken out of the farm bill, we might possibly, you know, on a major rainfall event or something like that. Just remember that if something happens, let me know. We usually have to call our engineers in, and they look at it and.
Yeah, we actually did an EWP project on Buttahatchee, you know, several years back. I don't know if you were here this way or not.
Yeah, I think that might have been right before I got here.
And it was a very good program. It worked. It fixed it. You know, we haven't had any more issues regarding that channel moving, but.
We've helped Winston County 2 or 3 times since I've been here on some events over there, which, you know, right there on that lake and some of that sandy soil. So just remember that if we have a major rainfall event, a big storm that's out of the ordinary, you know, contact me and let's look at it and see. Possibly it may. Think about it. If it don't qualify, it don't cost nothing to check.
That's true.
And it's kind of like some of these programs we run. I tell these producers, you may not get no help if you come in and sign up, but I can guarantee you what you're going to get if you don't.
That's true.
That's what we're there for. Give us a call. One other thing I need to ask a favor of y'all now. We're fixing to build a fence there at the office. Just 2 short sections for demonstration for our producers that sign up for fencing, where they can go out there and look at it and actually see what it takes to meet our specs. And Brenda and I are going to put this one up. And I think we're going to have 7 post holes that I've got to put posts in town. And I was wondering if y'all had a pile of crusher run gravel I could get a few to tamp in post with.
Yeah, I can make arrangements to get to
I guess I'm the shop.
All right, I ain't come buying that government truck. Sometimes we just dump a few in a bed or something. Just enough for me I got them holes to be 3 foot deep. And I put the post in them, we just need to tamp them with crusher run gravel.
We'll have some too if you need
What do you contact?
We all do.
Yeah.
We keep that on hand.
You know, when me and Brenda come up with this little idea, because we have a lot of trouble with people meeting our specs on fence and just not understanding it.
Yes.
And the supervisors agreed that we'll pay for it. Well, I started calling the co-op and getting prices. So far, everything's been donated. Co-op donated posts, stuff like that. So we're doing this for the people in the county.
Good.
So.
They'll do a lot of good things for the county, I guarantee.
They do. I've dealt with both of them a lot of times. They do a good job for the people, especially in the rural areas, the fences and all. Do a good job. Real good.
appreciate y'all coming by. Thank you,
Okay.
sir.
Like I said, just holler at us if you need us.
Thank you
Thank
very
you.
much.
Wade Holler with the next crusher run, so we get you some.
Okay. It may be sooner than you think because we got it located all the lines, so I ain't got but 20 days to get my holes dug, so I'll be hollering at y'all.
If you dig it by hand, it'd take me that long.
No, I'm bringing my bobcat and digger.
There you go.
I done got too lazy for that hand digging.
Amen.
They do a good work, you know.
They did. Good job.
Yes, sir.
You bet.
How y'all doing?
Good
The
one.
only thing I've got today is we got a couple of vacancies in our solid waste and two-way department. And tomorrow we recommend doing interdepartmental promotion. Mr. Spencer Addison, I think you know him.
Yes, sir.
He's worked for us part-time, now. You recommend, recommend Monday at the meeting that y'all employ him as a
Full-time.
probationary, unclassified probationary employee. And then he'll work his probationary period and becomes full-time classified. But,
So he's taking a place of someone that's,
yeah, we had two that left us.
yes, what I knew,
We
yeah.
had two, so we've actually got another opening, which we actually advertised it on the outside because we didn't have any other applications within the department, so, we'll look into the outside for that one.
So,
Spencer's a good, come from a good family, hard worker.
Yeah, he's done-
Good
he's done
young man.
done a good job.
so we're advertising in the paper,
Yes,
or outside
for
person,
position, that's correct.
so, or full-time,
Full-time in the two-way solid waste department.
Okay.
So, that's, unless y'all got a question, that's all I have.
And with these sheets, we need to give them to Jimmy.
Give me, Jimmy, we do have, I'm glad you brought that up, we're gonna have a safety meeting Tuesday at 7:30. You had asked about pre-trip inspections at some point in the past. We're gonna talk a little bit about pre-trip inspections. Talk a little, just very briefly about 811, the services they provide, and about how that works, and what colors indicate what type of utilities, and things that we need to do before we start digging and excavating the roadways.
That'll be the 12th.
We'll all be gone.
Yeah.
Our men won't be, but we will.
We're going to let the Demopolis Strip.
Yes, sir. With Tracy that morning. We're supposed to make money till
Tracy
8 o'clock.
Postpone it. I think it'd be good if y'all were there. I think it would be beneficial for y'all to kind of make sure everybody understands the things that we need to do.
Yeah, that'd be
in regard to that.
We can do it Monday morning. I
Okay.
mean, whenever y'all,
What's Monday on?
We got a board meeting, well, we be through here before.
Yeah.
We can do it Monday. What's the, would that do the 11th?
Yeah.
The 11th?
Yeah.
I just want to do that.
Gotta find a time, I think, time is what all we
Seven-
got Monday, we don't get it out here.
It'd be 7:30.
You need to go,
have it early.
7:30. We do it first thing in the morning.
that's what we're going to.
Two-way shot.
Yes, sir. It won't take long. It'll probably take 20, 30 minutes. We'll be very brief about it. Just some information that may help y'all.
Remind us of these and 4 items, that's, easy to forget.
Yeah, I understand. I'm saying one.
Well, that'll be on Monday, so.
Yeah.
Okay, so anyway, that's all I've got.
We have, another meeting at 9:30, so I guess we can, okay. I talked with,
Norman.
that's all. We can make a decision today anyway, but, they have their day in court. Sir? No, courthouse, veterans, Barbara Cooper. She owns their office. They don't vote.
Weigh it all out.
When
Yeah.
it says a handicap, accessible, privacy, they need to discuss veterans affairs with. Put a couple while ago.
Who's that coming up on? We got some new mail on the other day about being moved.
The one,
Other places.
well, that was on, we scratched out, so I can't be here, but he's working.
I've got to talk to some more of my people, cause I've got a couple of these got suggested moves and they don't want it. And the facility that they're not wanting to move is not that bad. There's not one, I got like three in mind, and it's talking about moving.
He's working on it, he'll
Right.
implement it.
But, a couple of those mine needs moving, 100%, the one that don't, you know, they don't want to. I just talked to some more people about it. Kinda like that other you was talking about.
Hey.
Trying to step
Gonna step out, he'll be right back.
Okay.
Good for the matchboxes.
Baby girl,
She's doing good.
I got a card in the refrigerator, and another on the way,
Yeah, anytime,
anytime.
anytime. Yes.
Okay, Ms. Barber.
I just, took over the tag office, of course, most of you guys probably know, January 15th. And, when I wanted to take it over, was my thought was to have a better setup for the public, to serve the public better, to have more hands to help work in there. And so I want to, I just need some help getting a good setup for it to be able to do that. Because right now, I have two girls out there working, and if one of those girls are out, I have to send one of the other girls to another office out there. And it runs that office short, so if I could get it all in one office where we could all back up and help each other, that'd be great. So, and it's
So what's your proposal?
just, I'll have to redo my counters,
Yeah,
get a better setup in there to do that.
just in your, what office space you have now?
Right. Of course, you know, I have the old assessing side and the collection side, and, just have to rework those counters there so I can get my girls working areas to do that. I had a guy to come give me a price. I actually got two good prices back when I first, probably a year ago now. I don't know how long it's been, but I talked to him again this morning. I talked to a guy. He's supposed to come back and give me another price. If you guys have anybody that know to do that too, I can ask. I can get several prices or whatever I need to do.
Do you remember approximate price or
I
take a
think
bid?
it was around $9,000, maybe $10,000. No, that's a lot of money.
Well, it's under the bid, you know, that you would have to,
Okay, I don't even know what the bid is.
15.
Okay. And also, I don't want to ask too much or whatever, but I know the Veterans Affairs guy is retired. And I am all for helping, get set up for the veterans that have to come into the office or the courthouse. I don't want to take away from any of them for anything, because we're blessed to have them. But if we could find them a better location in the courthouse, and I could have that office across the hall, that would be wonderful. I would have plenty of space for all my, cause if I move the tag office into the collection office, I'm gonna have to put the appraisal department probably back out there in the tag office. And, if I could have everybody right there all together, it'd be great.
yes, ma'am, I understand.
So, and I know there's probably some more empty rooms. Yeah, I know they are, some empty rooms in the courthouse
Yes,
that
ma'am.
could maybe be set up for the veterans office.
So we can, look at it and talk to
Okay.
them and see what,
Right.
How many employees you got?
I have 9,
None, that's what I was.
but I have a lady that's off now that, she's actually been off a little while, but she signed for a, family medical leave till May 1st. She's been employed with the county for a long time,
yes,
but she's in,
notification of that.
okay.
So that, and that puts me in a bind.
Yes, ma'am.
So, you know, if I could, is it possible that I might could hire a part-time person to help fill in until something can give her there? We can. So,
All righty.
Have you got any suggestions on where she can move to, like a handicap? Is there another place in the courthouse that's handicap accessible
for,
to veterans?
well, I don't know, is that, I mean, that doesn't have any special setup for.
I don't know, that's
Yeah,
what we're.
it doesn't, it's just a,
You've got many veterans that's handicapped.
right, right.
Is the one they're in now, is it handicap accessible?
Yes.
Well, it's just,
Just a bathroom? Or,
there is a restroom in there, but, I don't think there's any handrails or any kind of anything special. I know that, like the main area that they walk in and sit, you know, they call for their call back, and there's that area, then there's another little office, and then the big office that his was in, you know, and then,
Where the tag office is now, is there a restroom in there?
no, it's just right across the hall though. When it, the handicap restroom is right there, you know, it's right directly across the hall. And I'm not for taking away from the guys. If we need to leave them where the office is, it's best for them, leave it. I just say.
You just need all your employees in one group.
Right, that'll be one. I mean, it's just hard, I mean, like I do have 9, and like if somebody's out, you guys know how that is too, I have to pull, but, you know, when tags, you never know when it's gonna be busier, when it's not, and you got one person standing, you got 15 people standing in line, or 5 or 10, you just hate that so bad, and you gotta run to get somebody to get out there to help them, and then you pull in from in there, and it's short, if I can just get them all together so we can work together and back
and you
up.
can see each other.
That's right.
The room that you're wanting to take in is adjoining the room you've got, right, with just doors.
It's right across the hall, actually.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
But if you get it, you're gonna move your appraisals over there.
right. Mm-hmm. And then they could, you know, still come
Still be
over across the
crossing,
hall and
fill
help,
in.
and, yeah.
Well, all righty, we'll
Okay,
think about that.
okay.
All right.
Well, thank you for your time.
Yes, ma'am, thank you, thank you. Anything else? Nothing on our agenda, give a motion to adjourn.
Make a motion.
Second? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel at www.youtube.com/49 County News TV.